A warm welcome to our series, The Universe of SAP BTP in a Nutshell. So this is an overview of the entire series. And today we have a session on platform security, but I would also like to highlight the two sessions from Juniper, our customer session from on-prem to the cloud, and on June 27th from our partner, ESG reporting and products with SAP. But to come back to our session from today, on platform security. The session will provide an overview of the security functions and features of the SAP BTP platform, and our expert Jürgen will share further topics of value to you. But before I hand over to Jürgen, I would like to provide information on the other one series actually that we still have until actually on Thursday, June 1st, the open space of application operations within SAP BTP that might be of interest for you. And I would like to share with you the topic of the next Garage series, which is how to synchronize account data between SAP S/4HANA and third-party CRM. And I would like to share again the various practitioner forums that we have set up for you. That is the Garage series I just mentioned, every first Wednesday a month, and every third Wednesday there's screen personas, and then we have practitioner forum on Fiori, on BTP in general, and build process automation. But with this ready, I would like to hand over to my colleague, Jürgen Adolf. Jürgen, over to you.
Thank you, Tanya, for the introduction. I will share my screen. Okay. Now you should see the screen.
Not yet.
Is it present?
Not yet.
So maybe I can also not see myself.
Can you click the share screen button?
Yeah, first I need to find it.
It just worked perfectly, so.
Okay, again, once again, escape. So where is the? Somehow I to open the Zoom meeting. So
you are in the Zoom meeting, so that should be okay.
Now I share the screen.
Yes.
So now you can share the screen. Now I have to open this one again.
Now I see it.
Okay. So
here
now
we are. Yes.
It should work. Sorry for the short interruption, and thank you for having me. Good day, everyone, and welcome to this presentation about the universe of BTP in a nutshell. Today we are talking about platform security in today's presentation, and we will discuss our approach to security based on 3 core pillars: the build securely, run securely, and act securely of BTP. And we will cover a range of topics, including access control, authentication mechanisms, data protection, encryption features, and so on. And we will also talk about a little bit about the compliance features and incident response plans and so on. So let's get started with a big picture, where we can find BTP. You know that we have SAP's vision, which is to enable the networked, intelligent, sustainable, and secure enterprises. And there we have these 3 pillars. It starts with on the bottom. You can see it. Sorry. Yeah, on the bottom you can see the business technology platform that provides the foundation of the applications and extensions which are on a robust ecosystem of solutions. And then above the business technology platform, we have our industry-leading business applications, which are working together. And this all comes together to provide customers the end-to-end experience with industry-specific processes. And we, on the left, you can see our approach at SAP, which is valid for business technology platform, to have security based on the 3 core pillars: build secure solutions and run them in a secure environment, and finally act securely, mean that we have a security first culture in our company so that everyone is acting securely. So let's start with the pillars for BTP. And as said, within the business technology platform, we use the SAP's approach with these 3 build, run, and act securely pillars. And let's dive into the first one, which is the build securely, how we can build secure solutions. There are 3 components of this pillar: how we develop and deploy software in the cloud with a security first approach at every stage of the software development lifecycle. Then how do we partner with leading cloud service providers to build secure by design cloud solutions, and the additional solutions we offer beyond the core security elements that customers can adopt to elevate to their overall security posture. So sorry, I was too slow. These are the 3 pillars of build secure solutions. Now let's start with the secure software development lifecycle. As we build and deploy the software in a cloud environment, we follow the various phases of the secure software development and operations lifecycle. You can see here, and this cycle is continuously repeated from development to deployment, and involves continuous improvements and adjustments during the software development cycle. And this is informed and guided by leading standards and frameworks such as the NIST cybersecurity framework and the ISO standards related to system development lifecycle standards. And by employing these measures, we continuously seek to optimize our approach to security. And one key then let's come to the next point. It's our BTP security services we use to build secure applications. So that's one key aspect of our building our security applications on BTP is leveraging a range of dedicated services. And today we introduce some of these services that enable you and us, SAP also our solutions are built, and you can reuse these solutions to build your applications. And these services which you can reuse include the SAP Cloud Identity Services on the upper left. This service provides robust access control and authentication mechanisms which ensure that only authorized users can access your applications. Then we have these SAP Authorization and Trust Management Services. With this service, you can manage and enforce fine-grained access control policies, ensuring that users have the appropriate permissions within your applications. And the third one is the SAP Audit Log service. This service offers comprehensive logging and auditing capabilities, allowing you to monitor and track critical activities within your applications. And the fourth point is the SAP Credential Store. This service provides a secure and centralized repository for managing and securely storing credentials and secrets, which you require maybe for your applications when you want to encrypt something. And we have the malware scanning service, which helps to protect your applications from malicious software and ensures that your software artifacts are free from vulnerabilities. We have the custom domain service, which is a service you can customize the domain name of your application and enhance your brand identity. And we have the connectivity and destination service, which is also helping to have a secure connectivity to other solutions outside of BTP, where you can store your credentials and so on. So let's dive a little bit deeper into these services. So let's begin with our cloud identity services, which is one of the key services we offer with the BTP for building secure applications. As mentioned on the slide before, and on this slide, cloud identity services serve as the default solution for authentication and provisioning users in SAP's cloud solutions. Identity authentication is a critical aspect of application security, and SAP Cloud Identity Services provide robust capabilities in this area. It enables you to establish secure and reliable authentication mechanisms, ensuring that only authorized users can access your cloud solutions. This helps protect your applications from unauthorized access and strengthens your overall security posture. In addition to authentication, SAP Cloud Identity Services also offer identity provisioning functionality. This means you can efficiently manage the onboarding and offboarding of users, granting them the appropriate access rights based on their roles and responsibilities. And by centralizing the identity provisioning process, you can streamline user management and enhance security across your applications. Another key aspect is the authorization management, and also the integration into through the common identity directory, which comes with the cloud identity services. So everything is integrated, and you can use it as the one cloud service from SAP to integrate and also with all the solutions you run. So one point of this, we have different aspects of the cloud identity services. The first one, as I said, is the identity authentication service. The capabilities of the cloud identity service, identity authentication. It provides a consistent and streamlined approach to authentication and single sign-on for SAP Cloud and on-premise applications. And with conditional authentication, also organizations can flexibly decide where our users authenticate either locally in the corporate identity provider they have. Mostly they have the Microsoft Azure AD, which can be used behind the identity authentication service, or they use it directly in the IAS, their users. And we can have risk-based authentication enabled to enforce stronger means of authentication, like multi-factor authentication based on user profiles or activities. And the service supports open standards and integrates with social identity providers. And that's identity authentication. And as you see, you have many possibilities to authenticate. Let's come to the identity provisioning part of cloud identity services. Identity provisioning is a key aspect of sub-cloud identity services, which enables seamless user and group provisionings from source systems to target systems. While doing so, you can apply some filtering and mapping during the process to have this group to have the right user and attributes of the users in the right systems. It enables real-time provisioning for identity authentication users and triggered by events like self-registration or user modifications. And it's tightly integrated with the other cloud identity service parts. Let's come to the sub-authorization trust and authorization and trust management service, which enables administrators to make sure that users only have access to functions for which they are authorized. It also enables developers to request authentication and implementation authorization checks in their application. So when you are a developer, you're writing an application, then you can reuse this service to implement your authorization checks, and you don't have to do it from scratch. And it lets you manage your user authorizations and the trust to the identity providers. So now let's come to the next service you can make use of, and which we make use of. It's the SAP Audit Log service, which is a powerful platform service that centralizes and stores all audit logs generated by other platform services in use. And every SAP service has to write audit log relevant data into this audit log service. And with the ability to retrieve these logs via the API or view them using the audit log viewer, it offers an efficient and reliable auditing capabilities for our customers and also for us. And this service enables auditors to perform their activities in a comprehensive manner while facilitating the identification of malicious activities and providing valuable forensic evidence if required. So you can integrate it with via the API with your SIEM system, for example, and then have there some in the SIEM system analyze the data and see if there's something suspicious going on. Next service is the SAP Credential Store. The SAP Credential Store is a cloud service which allows you to securely store and manage credentials, passwords, keys, key rings, and it enables the application to retrieve the credentials and use them for authentication to external services or to perform cryptographic operations and TLS communication. You can enable the SAP Credential Store on both SAP BTP in the Cloud Foundry environment and also in the Kuma environment, and can make use of it when you write your applications. And we make use of it for our applications. Next service is the custom domain service. The custom domain service offers sub-account owners the ability to enhance the accessibility of their BTP applications by utilizing a custom domain for their choice, which their own domain, and different from the default domain, which is provided by SAP. And then you can, for example, make your application accessible via a domain like myshop.com or what's your domain. And the service provides key capabilities to manage custom domains and configure conveniently through the manager UI or via the command line interface, which gives you a little bit of flexibility in the domain management. And with the custom domain service, you can bring your own certificates for certificate signing requests generated by the service, and allows you to maintain the control over your application security. And additionally, the service enables you to activate single or multiple custom domains for certificate and configure TLS properties such as protocol versions, cipher suites, and so on. A very powerful service also. Then let's come to the connectivity and destination service. The connectivity service empowers cloud applications on the BTP to securely access remote services, whether they are hosted on the internet or on-premise. With this service, you can easily consume APIs and data from any internet service using destinations and the HTTPS protocol. And additionally, you have the capability to connect with on-premise systems and leverage their APIs, data, and user functionalities throughout the destinations. This is made possible by using the cloud connector. So let's come to the next slide. The cloud connector, that's a crucial component many customers use, and you can use when you want to enable a secure VPN connection between the BTP and your on-premise systems in your system landscape. With its capabilities, you gain fine-grained control over access to both cloud and on-premise resources, which allows you for precise management of connectivity. And the service also offers a comprehensive audit logging, ensuring traceability, enhancing your organization's security posture. Principal propagation from the cloud to on-premise systems is supported, and you establish usually a trusted relationship based on X509 certificates, which enhance the security of your connection to your on-premise world. Then last but not least, we have the malware scanning service, which allows the scanning of unstructured data from untrusted sources. Integrate this service with your custom developed apps, make use of this service, which are running on Cloud Foundry. And then when when in your application you upload some business documents, you can call the malware scanning service to check for viruses or other malware. And it provides a method to scan files and a method to get information about the scanning engine. And the malware scanning service API is available on the SAP API Business Hub. The data sent for scanning by the malware scanning service is held in memory during scanning and then deleted afterwards. So this will help you to also to be compliant with some compliance requirements. Also nice service. So, and all of the services we have here on this slide, you can see there are also links. You can have the slides afterwards to the APIs in the API Business Hub. And there you can, every service has an API, so you can make use of the service by making use of the APIs when you develop your software. Same APIs as we use internally at SAP when we develop applications and solutions, then we also use these APIs. Okay, for the second element for building securely is we partner with build secure by design environments based on a zero trust architecture. The concept of zero trust is based on a philosophy that companies should trust no one inside or outside the network. And yeah, our cloud environment development relies on one standard, secure development in operation lifecycle. And this approach allows our DevSecOps team to agree on and implement a consistent approach to security and support cloud environments from our services can be categorized in two main areas. The first is SAP's cloud environment called the SAP Converge Cloud. And on the other hand, we also have the second type of environment, which is SAP utilizing our partnerships with the cloud service providers such as AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, and also Alibaba Cloud to manage and deploy the assets. The third element of building secure applications is the advanced solutions and services SAP offers on top of BTP, so that which you can use to meet your responsibilities to secure applications and data. And these solutions are available in addition to our standard security features in our cloud offerings. So you can make use of identity and access management, including how to identify, manage, and user access within applications from a risk and governance perspective, and can make use of the threat detection. For example, it's a SIEM solution, SAP threat detection solution we have, where you can import the log data and then make use of it. And we have the data custodian and the encryption management system where you can make key management with, and so on. We have risk management solutions and so on. So let's come to the area of secure software development for SAP. We specify certain areas. The one is the secure software development lifecycle, operations lifecycle. Is essential to protect our business technology platform and sensitive data from security threats such as cyber attacks, malware, and data breaches. And we have this threat modeling, which we use, which involves identifying potential security threats and vulnerabilities early in the development process, which allows for the implementation of effective countermeasures to mitigate these risks. And we have the security assessment and testing, which helps to ensure that the software applications is secure and free from vulnerability, which measures such as penetration testing and vulnerability scanning we use to do so. And we have secure coding training for our developers and so on. We use the SAP secure development and operation lifecycle. And we own the InfoSec layer and the various measures, including but not limited to vulnerability scanning, patch management, threat detection, and anomaly detection, in order to provide you as a customer a secure environment. We choose the software and the approach taken to provide the security in these processes, which are periodically audited, and the results we make available via our SAP Trust Center, where you can have these certifications we will talk about later. That's the secure development lifecycle, and let's dive into these things we do to develop secure software. We have threat modeling involved since 2018, really in every area, which allows us to identify potential security risks and vulnerabilities very early in the development process, so that we can implement effective countermeasures to mitigate these risks. So each new project has to do a threat modeling when we develop at SAP. And we do a lot of full application security testing. And we do static testing, automated testing, and dynamic testing. We use the various test measures. We scan all our source code. We do runtime tests, and And part of these testing measures are the internal and external security assessments, which include penetration testing, code scans, and other application security testing possibilities like virus scans for documents and other test methods. So the security features. Now let's come to the leading security, data protection, and privacy features. There we have secure user access and permission, as you already saw, which you can make reuse of, but we use it internally. And we have the audit logs you learned about. We use the audit log service internally at SAP, as you as a customer can use it. And we have secure communication and encryption at rest and in transit, and we have security, data protection, and privacy safeguards which we employ in our processes. Here's again a picture of the application layer security. You can see the BTP stack. We have the BTP persistence services like the HANA DB, Redis, or Postgres, or object store as a service, which you can make use of. And they all have also the possibility to be encrypted. And above, you have the BTP applications, which can be in the Cloud Foundry environment, in the Kima environment, or in the ABAP environment. And on top of that, the BTP user interfaces, for example, the Launchpad or Workzone or the Task Center. And for those, the secure development lifecycle measures you can read on the right side, like threat modeling, penetration testing, and vulnerabilities scans are used. And yeah, this is the application, how it's layered. And everything is in a trusted relationship to the cloud identity services, which you can use for authentication. So the secure user access and permissions you make via the cloud identity services, the identity authentication service, which, as we talked about before, allows you to do the single sign-on and supports the various certificates and other OICD and SAML protocol, and most customers use it either as a landscape-wide identity provider or as a proxy. and have their own corporate identity provider behind in the back, where already all users are existing, and via this they can make use of it. And on the other hand, you have the possibility to use the identity provisioning service to have your identity lifecycle management for cloud-based business applications, and have a simple and agile onboarding for users and applications. Now let's come to secure communication and encryption. There again, you see the picture of our stack, and we use as a communication protocol for BTP. We support HTTPS since February up to TLS 1.3 and AES-256, and the data at rest encryption is provided by the storage encryption of the persistent services. That means the HANA DB is encrypting the data, and Redis and Postgres, we use the services they offer. And Object Store as a service also uses the encryption services of the underlying platform, services of the EIS layer of the infrastructure provider. And and for communication in transit, we use TLS 1.3. I already said it. And for at rest, we use the persistent services. And as explained before, we make use of the audit log service internally, and you as a customer can then review all security relevant activities of which are in your tenants, and you can then see and select via timestamp, terminal ID, audit log event, such activities like user loggings, permission assignments, subscription updates, and all this kind of stuff. So now let's come to the third point, which is the second pillar, the run securely. What we do to run secure our applications on BTP. There we have the areas of secure operations and landscape architecture. So we have a robust technical security architecture helping to ensure network segregation and data segregation. And we securely design our cloud services, have infrastructure, vulnerability scans, hacking simulations. As you learned, we have the secure identity and access management, backup and restore, and disaster recovery we also have. And for the detection of attacks, we have a SAP Cyber Fusion Center where our security folks are checking if something suspicious is going on, and all the security events are logged and monitored. And in case there is something suspicious, there are automated alerts. And then we will analyze the attacks and we have a customer security incidents response where when you see that there's something malicious going on, you can report such an incident. And we have data center security, physical security, network security in place. And our data centers are on tier level 3 and 4, which means, they have a lot of security measures inside, like doors and cameras and all this kind of stuff. So that's what we do to prevent and to have security, continuous security monitoring and operations. We have to prevent, we have the checks, signature verification. And to detect, we have the pen testings, we have the SIEM system in place. And to response, we have the security incident management and breach notifications, which we send out. And we adapt so that we get better over time by with our vulnerability management, and we monitor everything. So let's come to the incident response and disaster recovery, which is also a very critical topic for any cloud platform. And at BTP, we have taken several measures to ensure business continuity in the event of a security incident or disaster. Our incident response plan outlines the necessary steps that our security team should take to contain and mitigate the impact of a security incident. This includes assessing the damage and communicating with affected customers and stakeholders. In addition to our incident response plan, we have a disaster recovery plan in place that outlines the procedures for recovering critical systems and data in the event of a disaster. This includes data backup and restoration, system recovery, and regular testing and simulations to identify any gaps or weaknesses in the plans. And our focus on delivering a reliable and resilient platform also includes proactive measures to minimize planned downtimes and evaluate quality and operations. We strive to ensure the success of our customers and partners through open and targeted communications, including improving overall outage notifications and content. And so you can get, we have this page where you can see what is currently available, which services are maybe not available, and so on. You can subscribe to them. And that's it for disaster recovery. Then next topic, we have comprehensive contracts and independent audits. We have the service level agreements you can find on the Trust Center. We have our technical and organizational measures. We have independent audits from third-party companies and certifications and attestations. We have a security framework description, and we have applicable local regulations globally. And so that you can trust us, we offer all these certifications. You can find in the Trust Center here on the left side, there are some links where you can find more information about the certifications. And because compliance with industry standards and regulations are of a paramount importance for us. And here at our business technology platform, we try to be to have it to maintain the compliance with these standards and regulations. We undergo these certifications, accreditations 2 times a year. And as you can see, we have the ISO 27001 certification, the SOC 1 and 2 certifications, and C5, and so on. So let's come to the third and last pillar of the security for BTP, which is the act securely. So we foster security first culture in everything we do. So that means all SAP employees, also all our developers are trained. So it's organized, we are trained, and we have regular assessments that we know what to do in a secure, how to develop in a secure way. And and our customers, we partner with customers for continuous feedback and improvement to address evolving security needs. and we partner with members of our extensive ecosystem to improve the security. So security is part of our DNA at SAP. We have the global security teams, the chief security officer and the CEO in our board. And we have global awareness trainings, role-based trainings, and threat modeling training for developers and all these things. So we partner with our customers and also with our customers, and there we have the customer influence program. Maybe you know it already. There you can give some hints what you would like to do, what you think you need in your environment to make it more secure, or having the software, maybe some feature is missing. You can enter it in this customer influence program, and we will have a look at it. And there, for bigger customer, there's this customer connection program for specific solutions, and we have this advisory board. Here I linked the security incident management, where you can report a security issue in case you find something suspicious in your landscape. You can report it here, and then we will have a look. And what I strongly recommend for you to have a look at are the security recommendations we have now. There's also a link to all the security recommendations we have for BTP. You can filter for the service like identity authentication service or credential store or whatever, and then see what recommendations, best practices we offer for you and how you can configure it in your landscape. And we also have these security help documents where you can find out more about how to make your landscape secure. And we have this partnership with security researchers and software vendors and private public partnerships and cloud providers, so that we have a secure, we act secure in compliance with them. So the three key messages I can give you to take away today are that security and compliance are key capabilities of BTP, which is approached holistically and from end to end from our side. And we at SAP BTP is developed securely with built-in state-of-the-art security features and privacy capabilities. And the SAP Cloud operations adhere to and go beyond leading industry standards in technology, operative and legal measures. So that's what I can give you as key messages. If you have some, here I have some further information and links where you can make yourself get some more information. And with this, I would maybe have a look at questions, if there are some questions already in the room. Tanya, do you have already some questions?
Oh, yes, we do. So thank you. The first question is, how do you see the relation between SAP IDM and the BTP Cloud Identity Services? That's the first question.
Yeah, SAP IDM is our solution for on-premise. We had in the earlier times before we went to the everything moved into the cloud. We had the SAP NetWeaver platform, and in the on-premise systems we had IDM to do the user management and the user lifecycle. And for the cloud, we have the SAP Cloud Identity Services, especially the identity authentication service and the identity provisioning service. They are kind of the cloud version of the IDM, but they are not kind of the same identity management with the same amount of features as the on-premise version. But it's the way to go in the cloud in the cloud, and they are via identity provisioning. You can provision users from on-premise, from IDM on-premise to the cloud, and vice versa, so that these solutions work together in a hybrid scenario where you have your on-premise solutions in your network and also solutions in the cloud to have a single sign-on experience.
So will they continue to exist side by side, or will the cloud identity services replace IDM in the long run?
So the cloud identity services will not be a solution for the on-premise solutions of SAP, but they will be the solution for all cloud solutions at SAP. IDM will, as far as I know, now stay until 2028, and then what is then the succession of it is not yet finally decided how if it stays longer, or if we have a partner who is taking over, or if something is built. That's not decided yet.
Thank you, Jürgen. The next question is, do you perform real-time virus scanning as part of BTP integration services? If an infected document passes through the integration service /iFlow, will you catch it before it reaches the destination?
So real time. So when the malware scanning service is used by the application, then there is a malware. When the document is uploaded, then it will be scanned. Yeah.
Okay.
Did I understand it correctly?
Olivier, does that answer your question? If not, feel free to write what it is you wanted to know. So far, but there is a delay in the answers. So far, I don't have a response from Olivier with regards to his question of. So basically, well, yeah, it was. If there is a real time, but you said that the documents get scanned for malware before they are uploaded, right?
Yes.
So those were the two questions. Olivier, if you want to come back to us, please feel free. Otherwise, if there are there any other questions you might have for Jürgen? Well, then, Jürgen, I would like to thank you so much for your excellent presentation, for providing this overview of what we do to make the BTP secure. And of course, I would like to thank very much our attendees for joining. And I hope you got a lot of value from today's session. And I look forward to seeing you either on Thursday or next Tuesday, same time, same place, as usual.
Thank you.
And with this, everyone, a great day, a great evening, depending on where you are. There is a thank you, Jürgen.
Thanks.
For the nice and comprehensive overview. Thank you so much for your comments in the chat, and I look forward to seeing you again. And with this, I'll end today's session. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.